What's up, everybody? To this B Sub-064. Let me give you my little hand signal right there. Yay! Okay.
Woohoo!
Okay. Here with Brandon.
What's up,
Ignore
guys?
the trash again. Damn it! I put the cigarette in the tank. Oh well, I don't give a fuck. So anyway, yeah, I'm smoking. This is bad for you guys. I'm here with Brandon. We're here to talk about his badass spell book deck. Let's go. You said how to spell Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Savannah.
Y-U-G-I-O-H. Yu-Gi-Oh. There's nothing wrong with asking, but
Why?
Y-U-G-I-O-H.
In the middle of our deck profile.
Okay, we're good.
Alright, everybody. I need at least 1,000 likes for someone that can spell Yu-Gi-Oh! So like this fucking video. Anyway, so we're here to talk about Brandon's spellbook deck. He's been getting in there in so many different places.
Oh yeah. It's so good.
After so many different changes though, but still, this fucking deck is amazing. If Konami does something to this deck in the next ban list, September, I will be
sad.
Very sad, because I see a lot of possibility with this deck. Maybe not like make it like so broken with Judgment being at 3, but either way, it's not that bad of a card.
No.
So let's go ahead and get into the video, man.
Alright, let's start out with our Sasuke tokens, because if you're gonna make a Draco stack, you might as well make Sasuke tokens. That's just the coolest token in the game. Alright, let's get started on the deck. I only play 2 priestesses.
Speaking of which, I need to read the new manga. I did read it this week, but continue. Bye bye.
Okay. I only play 2 priestesses. 3 is just really cloggy. Against the meta, you even side them out. Like, I don't play them against evil swarms or dragons just because dragons take them and exceed with them, and evil swarms make it to where I can't play them. So she's really just good against all the rogue random shit that's out there. So I only play 2 of them. Next, we'll get into Little Boy Blue. He's one you run 3 of. He's phenomenal. He's a spell book that's a creature. I mean, you just can't beat him. He's an awesome card. Next, the MVP of this deck, Triple Kaiku, the Ghost Destroyer. This is the format for Kaiku. Everything needs something out of the graveyard. All dragons, it rapes. It messes up Kekion and evil swarms like it does. It puts in work.
Him and a mind drain is game 2.
Yep. Yep. Next, my only hand trap I play, Effect Veiler. It's also a spellcaster tuner. Gives me some options on a lot of different things. Great card this format. I like them. I actually play 1 Injection Fairy Lily. Gets over everything. A lot of people around where I play Obelisk and their dragons. That plus a power runs over an Obelisk and laughs at it. So it's just a really, really good play, in my opinion. I run 1 Jalgan, which is the mini Christia for spellcasters. He's obviously really, really good. And then I run 1 Justice if I want the Priestess Judgment Plus at the end of a Judgment.
Alright, let me say something. The only reason why I believe he plays 1, this is just my opinion, because we were tinkering with this idea. My opinion on this card, granted I've never played with spellbooks, but I've played against several. You want to see this card, but you don't want to open with it. You want to be able to search for this bitch and then bring her out and get her effect. So 2, 3 is kind of bad, in my opinion. I don't like 2 or 3.
Next we'll get into our staples. The best book card in the game, Book of Moon. It's just too good. It counts on the stack for judgment. Makes it where you summon Little Boy and they Veiler it. You just book him and laugh at him.
Or if they swing into it, you book it.
Yeah, just a great card in the deck. And then I play a Monster Reborn and a Dark Hole. And that's the only non-spellbook spells I play. But too powerful of a card still. And just same concept there. Just overly powerful. Next, we get into the spellbooks. I run Triple Judgment. A lot of people run 2, say 3's cloggy, but you want to open with this card. If you open with this card in the secrets, you better win the game, or else you're just a bad player. But it's just too good not to run 3 of.
And the one thing in mirror matches, oh my god, you set this bitch in mirror matches, you will win. There is no losing. They go there first spellbook. Chain your judgment. What the fuck is up? Let's go to the next game.
Yeah. I run 3 secrets. It's the Rhoda for the deck, basically. I'm going to run 3 as long as you're able to run 3. I think everybody does.
Yep.
Next, something I do, I run Triple Fate. This card is just too good to open with. If you can open with this card, you win. Having to search for it, not having it till turn 2 is such a disadvantage sometimes. There's so much you can do with it, with bouncing back rows, booking, or flipping monsters into attack mode, or just straight banishing stuff. It's just too good of a card not to want to open with, so I do run triple of those. Next, I run 2 Masters. Basically, you master a secrets or a power, depending on what you need at the time. It's just a really good card. Lets you get around that once per turn spellbook rule. So it's just kind of a broken little card. Speaking of power, I run 2 powers. I run triple Kaiku, so I like to run double power because power on a Kaiku is really OP. You get pluses. You get to minus their graveyard, plus to your hand, and you get an attack boost. It's just too good of a combo, so I do run double power. I run 2 towers as well because things can happen and you can lose a tower. You want to be able to search for one. I mean, if one gets banished, it's not that big of a deal, but once they get to your graveyard, you got to do a lot of steps to get it removed to play to get it back to your hand. So I do run 2 towers. Plus, being able to draw 2 cards every turn on top of playing things like Judgment and stuff, you will not lose the hand advantage game. I run 2 wisdoms. They don't really help you that much against like dragons and stuff unless you're stopping like a breakthrough skill, but they're great against evil swarms, heroes, stuff like that runs a lot of back rows. You can protect your monsters because you have such a low monster count. You got to play protect whatever's on the field.
I don't give a fuck about any spell card. I'm just saying, this is me. I don't give a fuck about any spell card you play except for that fucking wisdom. I hate it when you get that shit.
That wisdom's good.
Fuck wisdom. I got my goals and dreams and shit, and you fucking wisdom.
Next, I play 2 Eternities because I do play 3 Fates, so obviously I banish a lot, so it works well to have 2 Eternities to kind of keep recycling things back in. It sucks to open with sometimes, but it's still a really solid card, especially with the triple Fate and 2 Priestesses banishing your stuff. I play 1 Book of Life. It's just it's a searchable monster reborn for mid to late game, which is really kind of overpowered in its own right. So I run 1 of those. And then I run 1 Star Hall, just because Star Hall, if you open with it, it's not something I typically search for, but if I have it, I play it. It gives you a lot of pluses, can make your Kaikus get really overpowered real quick. I thought about going to 2 of them, but I feel like it's one of those cards, if I really think I need it, I'll search for it, just like the rest of the deck. And I don't plan on stacking a couple of them on the field, although that is really broken to do. Next, the only trap I run triple Wabaku. I run Wabaku over Threatening Roar because they can attack into my little boy and he doesn't die and he flips, and I get pluses and I get to dodge Veilers and stuff like that. So Wabaku I feel like is the better trap for the deck.
God, I hope you play GBs and Nats.
I'd be so bummed.
Dude, I would be fucking happy for you. All straight GBs.
Yeah,
you got the win.
Next, the extra deck, which is something I rarely use. We'll go through the synchros. Army Arm, I never make it. Hyper Librarian, I actually make only because it's a spellcaster and I can protect it. That's the only reason it ever gets made. I run a Cataster just because it's Cataster. Gaia Knight, give me a 6-star option. I run an Arcanite Magician, never made it. I run a Black Rose, never made it. Crimson Blader, I actually make against dragons, believe it or not. He's just really good, stops their special summoning and stuff. I actually make Colossal Fighter a bit too. He's good against dragons. You just kind of ram through all their 2800s and then kill something at the end. He keeps coming back, so he's a pretty good little card. Stardust, which I don't think I've ever made. Gotchi I make sometimes with 2 little boys, but I get finicky on even making him because they just make a big eye and take him. And that's a bummer. Degusto Phoenix I make if I need to get the extra damage in. Just added to Utopia today because I realized how many 4 ranks I run.
Dire Wolf will be in there.
I'll probably run a Diamond Dire Wolf over this though at Nationals just because it's better. Next is the little Prophecy 7-star guy. I've made him maybe 1 time to clear a bunch of back rows, but other than that, he's just kind of there to be there. And then obviously the big eye that you have to run if you're playing Prophecy because you have the Priestesses. And then I run a Dracosec as well, which I actually make these guys a good bit. That guy won me a game of Super Games the other game because the guy knew the guy had a Dark Hole, and he's obviously not Dark Holeable. But that is my Prophecy deck.
Well, shit. I said this in the last video, and I even said in this one. What do you think is going to take Nats? Do not say the sleeping deck. I want to keep that as a secret.
That deck's good, though.
Do not say it,
that
dude.
Deck's scary.
Other than that, what deck do you think is going to take Nats?
What I will say is I don't think Dragons are going to win it. I will say that. Because the Dragon Mirror match is just horrible to play. Like, I've played that Dragon Mirror match enough times to realize dragons are the most boring thing on the planet to play against other dragons. Because it just comes this stupid
Who can push more?
Push around thing. And it's annoying. And all the dragon players are going to be salty because they're all going to be drawing. Because you can only get through 2 games like that. And it's just not... It's not a deck worth playing in a tournament that I could play for 15 rounds at a national tournament. It would just be too old. I don't believe Dragons will win it. I feel like Prophecy's got a chance that they can avoid eradicated viruses, but we have a secret deck that we feel like is going to be the deck that wins. And
That's my opinion on that one. I think it'll take everybody by storm.
It's good. I'll go ahead and throw it out there though. Stratos is a bitch. Stratos is a bitch.
All right, well, this is me, Stud064. I'm out later, guys. Peace.
See y'all.